So there we were, 12 of us, a circle of friends. We're at the southernmost part of Mexico, and it's a council circle. It's hot. It's hot outside. We're in ceremony. There was no ayahuasca or no substances. We've made a pilgrimage from the city of Los Angeles, from acupuncture school, and that's how we're all united. We're all students of Eastern medicine, Oriental medicine, ancient medicine. And we want to find out the roots of these natural rhythms and natural cycles, not just where to put the needles, but we wanted to go deep. And it's hot down in Mexico where we are. You can hear the ocean waves just, 1,000 meters away. We're in a gigantic palapa grass roof hut. It's like 2 stories tall, and there are walls, but it's mostly open air. And so we're all sitting around together. On my right is a good friend of mine, Luke. He's a strong, big guy, and he's sitting on his meditation cushion without a shirt on because he's trying to keep cool in the heat. And on my left is David and Dana, an attractive urban couple who have these, cushioned chair back seats, and they're reclined. They're ready for ceremony. And across the circle from me is a beautiful older woman named Nightfire. And she has this salt and pepper, black and white hair, long, flowy summer dress, keeping cool. And I'm sitting there. I have little clothing on and just sweat dripping down my brow. And, there's a distant sound of like a dog barking, smell of tortillas fresh for the meal coming soon. Dr. Yvonne Farrell, an incredible mentor, a teacher of mine, she is leading us through a guided meditation. And she's a redheaded, confident earth mama kind of woman, and her words are leading us inward and back to these origins of who we are, where we come from, our destiny, like this. And my body starts to go through this convulsing thing where I'm interested because I'm an energy medicine guy, and I'm like feeling all of this concentric rings that like basically opening me up so wide, and energy running straight up the column of my spine, and the lid like popped off the top of my can. Yeah, wow. And I found the most ancient cosmic presence inside. And it was calm, and it was humble. There was a certain nobility to it. And some time had already passed. People were already folding up from the meditation, but this presence was still inside of me very strongly. And, even Nightfire came up to me and she's like, "There's something going on with you." And Yvonne, she was like, "I don't want you to go anywhere alone. Don't leave the group." And so evening's falling and it's getting a little cooler, dusk is settling in. And people are starting to bed down, but I am like energized. And I finally decide to go lay in one of the hammocks that was hung, it was suspended between 2 of these pillars in this great big grass hut, palapa structure, with a buddy of mine. There were 2 hammocks. And this friend of mine is really close, who organized the trip. He's like a brother to me, Eric. And I cocooned myself up into this hammock. I had a vision. So we all start making our way down towards the beach. And we're brave pilgrims, and the waves are crashing very strong at the shore, and it's empty, not a lot of people around. So we brave the waves, and we go out past the break, and we're into the more of the belly of the ocean, like where the water is a little smoother. And we configure our ring, our circle, our council circle, as we're treading water in the ocean. And I see each person's spine is a column of light. So imagine like 12 columns of light in a ring right at the surface. It's dusk, the ocean is dark, and I'm being called to the center of the circle. So I move towards the center of the circle, and I dive underwater, and I'm swimming down. And everything's going fine and going well until I realize I need to take a deep breath of air. I've been swimming for a little while, and in a bit of a panic, I just gasp, like, and all this water enters my lungs, and I can breathe. I can breathe underwater. I mean, what an amazing feeling. And this presence, this calm, ancient presence, is encouraging me to continue this journey. I'm a messenger, and I'm swimming past all these sea creatures, and I end up at this precipice of this enormous black, dark abyss. And at this time, it's very cold, and I'm also a little bit confused about the light, that it's like gray, and I can't see even the surface anywhere, nor my friends. And I fall into a bit of this despair. And I realize I am falling into the abyss and backwards, so I turn and I look downwards, and I'm floating down, ever down, and I see these little speckles of light at the bottom of this deep chasm. And what? They're moving. These little lights are moving around, and I'm slowly getting closer and closer to the ocean floor. And there is an entire massive city of lights, and these lights are moving, and one of them is moving towards me. So I brace myself for an encounter with this water being at the bottom of the ocean, and we communicate with each other telepathically. And it says to me, "We thought you wouldn't come. We didn't think you'd make it." And I just blurt out, "I'm here, we're ready." And there was an agreement that was made in that moment. And this being moved away from me, and all these lights started to create this pattern of movement and space and time. I was like looking through this portal all the way out through the abyss into the night sky, constellations, stars up above, and they were all organizing and reorganizing in the same patterns as these lights at the bottom of the belly of the earth. And I knew that something really powerful had just happened. that there was like this agreement with life itself and something very profound. But all I wanted to do was like get back to my friends, and everything was swirling, and I'm just swimming as hard as I can for as long as I can. I go past the edge of the precipice and the sea creatures, and finally, what do I see at the surface? This ring of light. My friends, my beautiful companions, are holding space for this entire experience. As I emerge right through the center of the circle, reunited. And the thing that strikes me the most powerfully about these relationships is that it just felt so real, but none of this could have been possible without our support, like together, like we had each other's backs. And I knew that they were all going through equally powerful experiences, similar like me, but I'm just so grateful, and thank you very much.